So today we're talking about measures of central tendency in box and whisker plots. Some of this might sound familiar to you, but measure of central tendency is a way to describe the center of a data set. Make sure that you're writing down everything that I write down. The mean, another word for that, is average. That's the first of the measures of central tendency. So how you find the mean, it's the sum of the numbers divided by amount or number of numbers. The median is the middle number. Or it's the average of the two middle numbers if there isn't a true middle number. The one thing you have to watch out for in median is that they need to be arranged from least to greatest. The mode is the number or numbers that occur the most frequently. And the range is not a measure of central tendency, but it is kind of important to talk about. And that's just the max or the largest number minus the min or the smallest number. Again, make sure that you're writing down everything you see here. So the example that you see below, there's just a couple of numbers there. So the first thing we should do is put them in order from least to greatest. So 53, 60, 66, 72, 75, 78, 84, and 85. So to find the mean, you would just add up all of those numbers. So I'm just going to punch it into my calculator. I've already done that. So I already know that when I add all of those numbers up together, I get 573. And then I'm going to divide it by how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the mean or the average is 71.625. The median is the middle number. So I just kind of work my way down. And there's no true middle number. So what I have to do is take the average of 72 and 75. So to find the average, you just add them together and divide by 2. That comes out to be 73.5. The mode is the number that occurs most often. Now, looking at the list, there's no repeats, so there really is no mode. And then the range is just the biggest number minus the smallest number. So 85 minus 53, the range is 32. So that's telling you sort of the spread of values. So now if you go to your next page, this is all about box and whisker plots. So what a box and whisker plot is, it's a visual representation of the summary of your data. What we typically use is called a 5-point summary. A 5-point summary. The 5 points are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5-point summary is the lowest value, which we call the min. The lower quartile, which we'll talk about in just a moment, another thing that we use to say lower quartile is Q1. The median, which you already know what that is from the last page. The upper quartile, which again we'll talk about in another moment, but that's also known as Q3. And then the highest value, which sometimes we'll call the max. So when you're creating a box and whisker plot, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of information that you need. So this is what a box and whisker plot looks like. So here's how you go about making your box and whisker plot. So let's take a look and we'll just go through these steps for this down below. So it says, order the data from the least to the greatest. Well, the data is the same as the previous page, so we've already done that. So 53, 60, 66, 72, 75, 78, 84, and 85. We've already found, okay, so it says find the minimum value, the maximum value, and the median. So your minimum value is right there. Your maximum value is right there. And we calculated the median from the page before. Remember, that was right in between 72 and 75. So remember, the median that we have already calculated was 73.5. So step 3 says the median, what that does right here, this number, it splits the data in half. So Q1 is the median of the lower half of the data. So here's my lower half of the data. So Q1 will be the average between 60 and 66. So to find Q1, which is the median of the lower half, to find the average between 60 and 66, you add them together and divide by 2. So Q1 is 60 plus 66 over 2, which comes out to be 63. Q3 is the median of the upper half of your data. So that would be the average between 78 and 84. So Q3 is 78 plus 84 over 2, which is 81. So the next step says create an appropriate number line based on your minimum and maximum values. So my lowest number is 53 and the highest number is 85. So a reasonable place to start would be 50 and ending at 90. That ensures me that I'll fit everything. 60, 70, 80, 90, and I'll go up by 5s. So I'm just trying to space it out a little bit. So that's 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, and 90. So just try to space it out as neatly as possible. Then you're going to plot all the 5 points. So the minimum is 53. Q1 is 63. The median is 73 and a half. Q3 is 81. And the max is 85. So I've plotted the 5 points. So it says draw a box connecting Q1, the median, and Q3. So you'll just kind of box all of that in and then draw a line through the median. So you should have 3 lines there and a box connecting them. Then draw whiskers from the box to the min and to the max. And there's your box and whisker plot. Remember, you can rewatch this video if anything went too quickly. You can rewind or pause it as you need. So go back and watch it again if there was any part that went too quickly for you.